Hi, I'm Megan Mullally Gore, and welcome to Sullivan 180 Presents Take 5. Our guest today is Leelani. We had Leelani on our Take 5 in August of 2020, and we are very excited to have her back again today to give us some updates. So Leelani, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do?
Yes. Hi, I'm Leelani Voigtland. I am the director now for Sullivan County Children's Home Programs. What I do here is I still help the county recruit and certify foster homes in the area, along with other programs to help benefit the children of Sullivan County.
Can you tell us about the current need for foster families in Sullivan County?
Yes. So I'm happy to say that we've made a lot of great progress this past year. We were able to increase the number of homes in the area by over 60%, which is huge, but there's still a need. So we were able to definitely keep so many more kids home, local in the community, and not send them far away this year. But right now we have a huge need for homes for teenagers. That under 8 is being covered. Everybody is good with the 0 to 8. It's that preteen and teenagers that we are really having a hard time finding homes locally to keep some of these kids local and make sure that they don't have to be displaced out of the county, out of the area. So that's a huge need. Not to say that we don't need homes still for babies. We will always take anybody that's willing to foster. Because you just never know. Some days, sometimes we have a ton of need for younger kids, and then sometimes we don't. So we prefer that, anybody that's interested in fostering, reach out to us and get information.
Who would be a good candidate to be a foster parent?
So a good candidate for a foster parent is anybody that feels like they have some time in their lives right now, and that looks a little different for everyone. We have some very young starting out families who may not have any kids of their own yet, who are great candidates. We have young, single, early 20s who are like, you know what, why wait? I'm just going to help right now while I can. We also have busy, in the midst of it, families where they're like, we have 4 kids and we are running crazy as it is. Let's add one more because that's fine at this point when there's 4. And then we have those families who thought when their kids went off to college, they were going to happily enjoy the quiet time, and they don't like it.
So how can someone who has more questions or who is interested in more information get in touch with you and your organization?
So we do weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, depending on the interest, Zoom meetings. So anybody that's interested could just email me at lvoigtland@chowc.org, or they can reach out to my work cell, 607-422-9884. That is the work cell. They can text, they can call, and we set up these meetings basically as interest comes in. Very informal. They come on. I kind of answer all the myths of foster care that they might want to know, and be able to give them information without them feeling obligated that they need to proceed with the process. For those that don't know, our classes are 10 weeks long, one night a week from like a 6 to 8:30. And during those 10 weeks of classes, we kind of help you decide if fostering is something that you think you can do, in what capacity, long-term, emergency, respites. And so that way we can come to a mutual decision of, yes, fostering is something we think you can do, and in what age range is going to work and what needs is going to work best for your household.
Is there anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about a big change that we've had since last year is we have a lot of services available for the families. So if you decide that being a foster parent is something that you want to do right now, especially if you're like, ooh, teenagers, that sounds a little rough. We have support services, child and family treatment services. These are providers that will come after school, help the children work on their goals, help them work on independent living, help them work on behavior management, whatever it is that they're working on, schoolwork, to help make the life of a foster parent a little bit easier. So we want to provide kind of that village for the foster parent, and that's services that we didn't have available this time last year. So we have those now. So I really ask that if there is any families who are like, hey, this is something I might want to do, or I could definitely help out with a teenager, to reach out to us. Let's talk about this. Let's see how we can help you be successful so that we can keep our teens here in our area and help them be successful. So I just really wanted to drive that point home. And then the other part is, which I mentioned last time, everybody's biggest fear about doing foster care is that you're not going to want to let them go. And I always say that, if you don't want to let them go, then I want you to come foster with us. Because I want the families that really, really care. I want the families that are going to go above and beyond. That's what we want for our children. So please, again, reach out. Let's chat. Let's answer your questions. There's lots of things sometimes people think would disqualify them, and it won't. So if this rings to you, or anybody else that's like, I've been talking about it, definitely reach out. The one other point, if you were like, fostering is definitely not something I can do at all, that's okay. If you know of other places that we could go speak about foster care, maybe, you have your own business and you have lots of employees, maybe you'll allow us to put out flyers at your business, whatever it may be. If you have a way that you can indirectly help us spread the word and help meet the need, that would be really appreciated.
Is there any social media handles that you could share for people to stay up to date on your news?
Yes, absolutely. Children's Home does have a Facebook page, Children's Home Wyoming Conference, and that does have information for things happening in Sullivan as well as throughout our programs throughout the state.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for all the incredible work that you guys are doing in Sullivan County. There's so much more work to be done, but you guys have done a lot during the pandemic. So thank you again, and it was wonderful speaking to you.
Thank you so much for having us, and I look forward to working with you guys again.